2:45 p.m. on the Sunday afternoon, February 15th, 2026. Well, I missed another opportunity to record a circle jerker as it flew nearby. I thought I'd go ahead and step on out here, regardless, to check out the situation at large. And going back to the regular lighting here, we can go ahead and kind of look around here. And I will go ahead and show something. Look at this. I mean, we are having so much water coming down. Every time I step out here, I'm getting so much splashback that my pant legs are getting soaked. And I'm actually out here barefoot, standing on my tippy toes. I'll be glad when all this finally is done, so I can actually stand out here comfortably and record. But we're going to go ahead and come over here to the feeding tree. Okay, there's nothing occurring, and there's a reason for that. All right, and I don't know how well this will capture what I'm about to show you, but traveling, let's see, where are we at? Yeah, traveling up the tree here. And keep traveling up to right here, and we have a cat sitting there. Which one it is, I am not certain. I'm almost under the inclination to believe that it is Milady that is up there. And unfortunately, with her being up there, yeah, it's stopping the other wildlife to come up and scrounge around for whatever they can get down here at the bottom of the tree, which for the longest time, the squirrel that I have called Foxy has been down here, and I was actually thinking that this cat that is up here was in fact that squirrel. But then once I was able to see it moving, well, then at that point I realized, nope, it is a cat. But once again, you know, they're doing their darndest to try to stay dry as all of this is on meltdown, and to where even the surface of the snow is rather moist. And cold. When it's like this, it is a completely different texture and temperature than when we are under those winter temperatures, so to speak, and loose snow. A lot of this is heavily compacted, and even more so because of the melting process. But yeah, I took notice of this cat up here, and I thought, okay, let's figure out what it is. And then when I did figure it out, it's like, okay, we are going to record and share. And that is that. As I am uploading today's travels down many trails, if you will, as well as those trails in the sky. And currently, until I stepped out here, even though I'm in the uploading process, after the completion of splicing together all of today's recorded clips, I am actually, once again, watching my own recordings through the photo gallery. Okay, that'll be that, we'll go ahead and swing on back over here for one last little look at this. And Skyway's out. 4:45 p.m. I don't know if we picked that up, but well, here lately I've been having a great deal of crows that seem to be following me about. Now, it's not illusionary, as well it's not illusionary of having these small engine aircraft following me around and playing games with me, if you will. And I had just returned from the feeding grounds. Just walked out here, right? And here we go again. Well, and there's one of the crows right there. All right. Kind of seems like it's coinciding with many other things, such as what we're seeing here. Yeah, I'm having quite a few strange things. Oh my God, he just flew right over my head. I don't know if that was in the shot or not, but that crow just literally flew over my head. All right. And believe you me, I'm not too sure what to think about this new situation of the feathered kind. Oh, just had another vanishing aircraft. It's getting easier for them to do it the more that they keep spreading this reflective material, whether that's the silver iodide or aluminum or whatever. You know, had they not been providing a major amount of filtration to the skies today, once again, this reflective material, we would probably be at least 10 degrees warmer, okay? And, okay, so yeah, this might be the same one that basically disappeared, if you will, made a reappearance, or it could be a completely different one altogether. If we can see this one in the background here behind the branches of the trees. Oh, and here comes yet another one. Yeah, I'm seriously contemplating on taking a break from doing these recordings, as they're just, you know, it's getting to be too complicated of an ordeal to record the skies here in my location. Yeah, I just cannot seem to get away from it, right? And, well, wherever, well, like I said, just too many, see? Too many freaking complications. I can't even see my screen well enough to target this one here, so the heck with that. But I believe I will go ahead and pause this for a few minutes and see what else should occur that is actually possibly worthy of a recording attempt. So the current time is 5 p.m. I've been standing out here since since I paused this recording. Pretty much it is dead out here. D-E-D, dead. Nothing overhead. Nothing in the trees. Well, there is a mourning dove up here. There could be a couple other birds blending in with the branches, but pretty much, like I said, dead. And nothing but a lot of milky glare out here. Yep. And blurred out. Wouldn't you know it? Again, it is time for me to take a break. And I am actually contemplating on any future content will be restricted through viewing options to where people will actually have to have a link to see my content. I've got quite a few out there that has been more or less watching my content and not providing comments. Whenever I view anyone's content, I make sure that they are aware of it. It is common courtesy to do so. Once again, even though YouTube has made a claim that it is not a social media platform, which again is a fabrication, I don't socialize much in real life, if you will. Today was an exception. I've had a couple of people from the distant past that has contacted me over the last couple of weeks. I believe there is a change that will soon be occurring. And it could actually, I don't want to say interfere or complicate or hamper. Well, maybe it will hamper or hinder future content. I'm about fed up with this nonsense. People watch, or at least, it's considered a view. If you click onto a video somewhere between 1 minute to 5 minutes, and it is considered a view, which is a lie, especially when it's content like I post, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes long, and people watch a couple of minutes, fast forward or skip ahead. Yeah, I know the games. And that's why, a lot of people don't comment. It's because they're not really watching my content. Okay, and this is the first that I've seen in a few minutes. Been hearing stuff, but not really seeing it. And of course, we're probably blurring out once again. Another complication that I just do not appreciate through these sky operations. Once again, there is just so many factors through this platform that is really getting under my skin. And I do enjoy providing content, sharing content, but you know, what am I really getting out of it? Not really satisfying anymore. I'm grateful. I appreciate those that are willing to comment, those that are willing to comment specifically over my content. But you know, I don't even really get that. There's no real interactions that takes place, no real socialization. And people, that is part of their plan to divide and conquer. Let's go ahead and go back up here once again as another one is coming by. We are at that 5 o'clock hour. So 5 o'clock traffic, right? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we've got one far off in the distance that is flying back here, as well as this one that I just showed up in here that is kind of disappearing, if you will. Not seeing a trail, but it's reflecting some light and gone. Oh, there he is again. Reflecting some light here, and whether we captured any of that, who knows. So, as this one departs, I believe I shall as well. I'm very, very tired. I've copped, I won't say an attitude, but a mood. And before I should happen to state anything else that should happen to upset or anger anyone, I'd best sign off. DUNN done.